So balance in games is one of the biggest topics of pretty much any game in existence, whether it's a single player game or a multiplayer game, PvE game, PvP game. I think balance is one of the most talked about things in gaming in general. And yesterday I uploaded a video about how the Server Breaker is the best class in the game right now. And there was definitely a lot of discussion about like, oh, I agree, I disagree, here's why I agree, here's why I disagree, things like that, right? And it got me thinking. And this is a topic that I have thought about quite a bit in the past, but wanted to open up the discussion with you guys. Is it possible to actually have a game that is not perfectly balanced, right? But close to balance? Like there's not going to be a class that's performing way better than another, and there's not a class that is way underperforming compared to the rest of the classes. And it really got me thinking, is this even possible? If you think about like games and game publishers and things like that, is there a single game publisher in your mind or a game developer in your mind that you're like, wow, this company is absolutely amazing at balancing classes in their game? Or this company is absolutely amazing at balancing the guns in their game? Like, is there such a thing as a company or a game that has amazing balance? And I would argue that it doesn't seem like that really happens, at least not in my recollection, right? I have never thought about a single game developer or publisher where I'm like, wow, they did an absolutely amazing job of balancing this game. What ends up happening a lot of times is when a game first comes out, right? You start playing it and you're like, wow, this game actually feels really balanced. It feels like there are certain characters that are strong, but not like significantly stronger than others. And there are characters that are definitely weaker than the rest, but it's not like you can't compete with them, right? But then what ends up happening with those games is slowly but surely, as time goes on, people find things about characters that are just absolutely broken. Like, oh, this character has an infinite. This character does way more damage than the rest of the other characters with his combo or something like that. Like, take Street Fighter 6 for an example. It's a game that I used to play for a little bit. And when I went into that game, people were like, oh, wow, this game's actually really well balanced. Every single character can compete for the top spot. There might be weaker characters, but you can win a tournament with every single one of these characters. But these days, and definitely near the last patch cycle, there were characters that were definitely considered completely OP compared to the rest of the cast. And that happens with every single game, including Lost Ark. I feel like the conversation at the beginning of the game's life was like, we don't need a tier list for this game. We don't need to think about tier lists for the characters in this game, the classes in this game. Every single class can do well in the content, and every single class, can compete for good damage. You can clear every raid, every continent with every class, so why should we make a tier list? Well, as time has gone on, more and more classes have become more busted, more OP, and some classes are just left in the dust, like CO Summoner, or maybe it's like Gunslinger from some people's thoughts, or like Shadow Hunter. Like, there are some classes that are way stronger than others, and there are classes that are way weaker than others. And this just seems to be the natural flow of every single game. As the game goes on and more time passes, more classes come out, and the game gets power crept over and over and over again. Now, I understand why they do that, right? They want the new class, a new character, new gun, whatever it is, come out, be flashy, be really exciting to play, be better than the rest of the other classes so that you're more incentivized to pick that class, build that class, whatever it may be. And it's not just limited to games like Lost Ark where you can actually pay for power, right? Even games like Super Smash Brothers, even games like, Street Fighter, even games that are, box price games where for the most part, you don't have to pay for much outside of the game itself. This happens over and over and over again, where the new characters, the new weapons, the new whatever comes out, and it's way stronger than the ones before, and then you end up having to nerf it. It's just kind of the cycle of games, but at the same time, even with all this, right, they end up nerfing the classes. At the end of the day, there's still classes that are way stronger than others, and classes that are way weaker than others. It just seems like this is the kind of flow of games themselves, and for some reason, nobody can seem to solve this problem, which gets me like, is this a problem that can be solved? Personally, I don't know the answer because I don't know. I've just seen it happen so many times over and over again. I've never seen a company have a good solution for balance to where people are just generally happy about everything. Let me know if you guys agree with this. Like, have you seen a game where you're like, wow, balance in this game is absolutely amazing. Don't touch this game anymore. Like, it's perfect balance, because I personally haven't seen it. So let me know down in the comment section below what you think about this topic. Is it possible to achieve balance, you know, or at least near perfect? Like, it doesn't have to be perfect balance, but close to perfect balance or good balance down below. And let me know what game that is that you've experienced that. And also, while you're at it, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to hit the like button, hit the sub button, ring the bell for notifications, and also, as always, I stream every single night on twitch.tv/misoexshrew. So hopefully I'll see y'all there on my stream. But if not, hopefully I see you guys on the next video. All right, guys, peace out.